Look at how dense the plume is down here at 50 feet. It's hard to believe it's the same place. Here. What is going on here? And for the record, I was ill after diving at this spot on this day and experienced extreme nausea and dizziness, and welts appeared all over my body. And even though I did not dive the main pass block of rigs again until April 2011 when we returned with the Associated Press, we did return with a sampling team to this rig on September 12th, 2010.
We're out here at main pass 311 on September 12th, 2010, and as you see, we still have a slick that forms at the surface of the water out here. Let's see if I can get that. There's some of that sheen right there. There's more of the sheen. You see, we're just going overboard. Ready to go take our reef samples. Hang on, not yet. Alright, he's already at the rig. You ready?
Yeah.
Splash over.
From 10 feet below the surface, basically barnacles down there. There I saw some sponges. No fish, no bloodies, none at all. Lots of substrate though. You would have thought there would have been more bloodies on there. Didn't see any at all. So,
See what you got.
got you some samples right here. Take a look. There's one where I got some good sponges. Quickly go get some more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go.
Well, we get you more at 10? Or should we take the cameras then?
Take the cameras. I'll give you this back and go to 10 if you want.
Let's now take a look and see what the video looks like that they shot while diving under the rig this day. Looks to me like a brownish green plume still there at the surface. Doesn't look as thick this day, but it's still there. And I was told that it flew through in waves or in clouds that would pass by like what we saw before. Now this is down at 50 and 60 feet again. And there's the bottom of the plume. Dispersed oil looks like throughout the water column. Maybe not as thick and concentrated as the surface as it was before. Definitely blowing through in cloud-like plumes. Alright, now let's drop off to that 60-foot zone and to see just how clear it gets down there. Will the cameras pick up any more? Yeah, it's a little bit clearer, but not what we're used to. One thing that does stand out as missing are the more sensitive tunicates, which are invertebrate animals that are sensitive to environmental changes. I am also surprised by the lack of the more sensitive fish, such as the cowfish and the pufferfish, as well as the Creole wrasse or the bluehead wrasse, or maybe even the slippery dick or the pudding wife, and maybe some of the bassalettes, which are actually small colorful fish similar to damsels, but extremely sensitive to environmental change. This is a Dispersed reef. These corals were sampled at this depth of 60 feet and produced the samples with the highest total petroleum hydrocarbons of all the sampling on this day, and were found to contain over 2,300 milligrams per kilogram in their coral skeletons. Likewise, when we look into this upper reef here, these organisms produce between 200 and 800 milligrams per kilogram of total petroleum hydrocarbons in the analysis. The bryozoans here that are brown produce some of the least amount, but they still contained over 100 milligrams per kilogram. The red sponges that you will see here coming up produce pretty high amounts of total petroleum hydrocarbons also, in the 240 milligrams per kilogram range. As you see here, these are more of the bryozoans. I thought they would pick up the oil pretty good, but seems like the sponges and the tabastria picked up more. Not so bad looking down, but as you're looking up, it seems like there may be some clouds blowing through again. Clouds of plume, dispersed oil, seawater solution plume, that is. Unless we can figure out maybe it's something else. That's the question. What is it that we're seeing here? How long will it last? And what's the fate of these organisms? We see the fate of these jellies. They're not looking so good. At this point, we're under the plume. Now as the camera pans up, you can see the brown haze that sometimes blows through and disturbs our filming. Disturbs my breathing sometimes too. Thank goodness I wasn't in the water on this day. I don't envy them for diving in this mess. How long will it last? And please remember, this is what Bonnie Shoemaker was seeing in September of 2011. Oil on the surface at the Macondo well site.